Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a look here at Ethereum. Got a lot of requests from my community members, but also just in general. Folks are asking, what Ethereum is going to be doing here moving forward. So we're going to address that and much more. We're going to see if we can draw a comparison to Bitcoin as well and see if it's broken free. And then address key level supports and resistances. So if you are new to the channel, welcome, of course. Thank you so much. And obviously, if you didn't know this already, been trading for over 17 years. I have a trading academy, community, and signal group. Be sure to check that out in your own time. If you want to learn to become a better trader and benefit from the trades that I take, it's all included there as well. We also have a $10,000 prize pool if you use Bitget and register with the link in the description below. Keep in mind, you have to use that registration link, and if you're in the United States, choose other for the country when you register to ensure that you can take advantage of these benefits. But again, every month we have a $10,000 prize pool, really awesome. It's based on volume and profit and loss percentage. So check that out. All right, so here's the thing with Ethereum. First things first, standard stuff, right? We're looking at the daily and working our way down. Typically, it's best to work your way down from the larger time frame so you get perspective on everything. And now what we want to look at first, actually, why don't we just go ahead and address this as well? Bitcoin's having a good day. It's had the last couple of good days. But if you take a look at how tumultuous it's been jumping up and down pretty dramatically. A lot of candle wicks and interesting candlesticks. So if we take a look at Ethereum, minus this large dip down here, of course, which was the CPI data release, we can see that for the most part, it's held fairly steady. And that to me is a positive sign. So it's no longer, it's not like a 2x or 10x of Bitcoin or something. It's basically, moving healthily, if that makes sense. It looks very, very good in that regard. And what I mean by that is that we're likely at the bottom here for Ethereum. I do feel as if, the 12 to 1300 range is an area in which we're going to probably hold and continue higher. Keep this in mind, if Bitcoin has another bad day, Ethereum will drop. That's potential. But it seems more likely that Bitcoin is going to continue higher and Ethereum should follow suit. Okay. So check out my Bitcoin videos. I typically release daily. I don't have one on Sundays, but pretty much 6 days a week I review Bitcoin as well. So if you want to kind of understand the state of the nation, that's the important one because that's, of course, the big dog there. All right, so taking a look here at the RSI, we can see 50 working as resistance tentatively, which basically puts us at 1340 or 1343 to be exact on Fibonacci. That is essentially where the resistance level is kind of hanging out, right? So if we get a closure above, just say 1345 or higher, we should likely be able to break that resistance level and continue further. Okay, so again, a little premature at this point, but the good news is the momentum is starting to increase, and that's a very positive sign on the MACD there as well. So I would say, generally speaking, we've got some decent indicators here telling us that further upside would make sense, as well as the fact that if we take a look at the SMA, we're tentatively above the 20-day simple moving average. I say tentative because, of course, the candlestick hasn't closed yet. It's gotten rejected at that point before. So let's go ahead and see how today closes. If we close above 1310 and below 1340, that'd be perfectly fine. Preferably 1345 or higher. That's what I'm looking for. Now, we already have a long position open for Ethereum, and we are soon to hit our target. So keep that in mind if you're a part of my community. Keep that open. We're almost there. All right. So no stress there. I'm confident we're going to be able to hit that. Let's go ahead and see exactly why. Now, if we look at the moving averages on the 4-hour, we can see this resistance level at 1340 coming to a head. We've got the 200-day set moving average right there. Okay. It's commonly a resistance level, so we shouldn't expect to break through that the first time, but likely over time we could see that go through. If we look at the RSI, we're slightly overextended, but not quite that far. In other words, we're not at 70 just yet, so potential for further upside seems very likely. We've also got a nice little pattern here forming. I love when I see a retest of a resistance level in that U shape or that cup shape. It's really cool. So this could be the beginning of a cup and handle, and then a potential breakout to the upside with a retest of the previous resistance as a support. So those are things I'm going to be looking for. Right now, again, a little premature. If we take a look at TD sequential on the 4-hour, we can see that we're at an 8. So a pullback would make perfect sense. We're a little bit on the overextended side. And then, of course, we're coming up to a resistance level on not only the 50 on the RSI on the daily, but 70 on the RSI on the 4-hour. Now, you combine those two together, commonly you're going to see a slight pullback. So I wouldn't expect the price to just shoot up unless there's a short squeeze. But for the most part, it would make sense that the price kind of retraces back down to 1310 and retests 1340 once more. Okay, that seems very logical at this point based on the data that we're seeing so far. So to me, 4-hour looks pretty good. It's just overextended. We got to expect the price to kind of contract a little bit before it retries that resistance level. Taking a look at, of course, TD sequential on the hourly, we can see that also that overextension. We've got almost a double overextension here, where we've got an 8 on the 4 hour and a 9 plus 3 on the 1 hour. And what I'm saying when I say 9 plus 3, just so you know, TD sequential takes a fourth previous candlestick and counts up to a 9. When you hit a 9, it'll continue. It should do one of two things. It should continue sideways or retrace. Okay. Right now, it hit a 9 and continued upwards. Right? And that's likely because Bitcoin opened strong on the day and traditional markets are up. Right? So just to address this here, we're up 3% on the traditional markets. That's a pretty significant margin, and the dollar index is significantly down. Okay, value of dollar goes down, price of U.S. currency goes up, or traditional markets rather, and then of course Bitcoin is one to follow. That being said, though, Ethereum is looking pretty strong here. Again, slight pullback if so. It would be very healthy if the price were to pull back to 1310, because obviously we can see here at this point that there's a strong amount of support, and as long as the price doesn't come down below 1296, we should be in good shape to see it continue higher. So long story short here, TD sequential, albeit overextended, is definitely something that we want to kind of pay attention to. And the likelihood of a pullback is great. However, the likelihood of it continuing higher from here after it consolidates is also equally as high. Okay, so very positive in that sense. If we take a look at the cloud, all green lights here to leave your long position open. So there's no reason to go ahead and do anything with your long. Another reason why I feel comfortable and confident with my community and the trade that we took here recently. Ethereum well hit its target. Try not to worry about that. We actually got a nice lower average when it wicked down and hit its second target. So we're looking pretty good here in that sense. I think Ethereum, all in all, has mostly positive contributing factors here that should allow for us to continue further upwards. Okay, so again, this is all contingent on Bitcoin not being a struggle bus or not really riding in this slowly. I don't know. I got terrible analogies today, but what I'm getting at is, pending Bitcoin doesn't do anything obnoxiously stupid and break down and just take all the profits that are in there and it comes down, we should be in good shape to see Ethereum continue higher. I think it's looking pretty good. So that is my thought process here. I hope that you had learned something today, of course. Once again, you want to become a better trader, CryptoCash.tech is a site. If you want to be part of this prize pool, make sure to use the link in the description below. Choose other as the country when you register, just to avoid any potential regulation issues. And then, of course, moving forward, you'd be eligible for a $10,000 prize pool. And I have that every couple of weeks. Okay, so it's awesome experience, really cool. In fact, there's some folks that are doing really well right now. Look at this. Of course, for privacy, it doesn't show their full information, but 57% is the profit and loss ratio for this gentleman. That's really awesome. And then trading volume for this other guy, he's got really high ones there. So again, if you trade over 3 million in volume, you're automatically put in a $4,000 prize pool to get 1,000 USDT. So really cool stuff. I love Bitget. They're fantastic. Their exchange is extremely quick, extremely fast, and highly recommend you use them. All right, so check that out in your own time, of course. I've never loved an exchange more than I have Bitget. So, all right, I hope that you learned something here today. Thanks again for your time. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Oh, one last thing, quick favor. If you are to subscribe to my social media, it'd be helpful to go ahead and bolster that, so to speak. I'm trying to get my social media presence up to date. And I'm going to be posting a lot of awesome extra cool stuff there soon, with likely some giveaways here too. So be sure to check that out in your own time. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.